Hi, welcome to another video. This is a video for the article of ArcoLinux D, and we install Xmonad. But let's clone everything first. In the meantime, I am seeding. I'm still seeding, I think. I don't know. If I am, and we're explaining lots of things, and we've just installed SpeedDreams with, in the previous video on Okui, we've just installed some tools here, some applications here. Xmonad. Right, optical drive, ArcoLinux D, boot it up. What are we doing? Let's go for a full screen. And first I need to have, okay, full screen, Control F. I have to make sure that I have this particular page ready for you guys. So, previous video was all about ArcoLinux D, GUI, installation. And now we're making one for Xmonad, and then all the articles, all the installation articles are different, are created. All of them have been created. And like I said, I always explain more than on the title. For instance, all the possibilities in hard disk for partition, encrypting, not encrypting, making it manually with a root, then with root and a home and a root and a home and a swap. It's all in there, right? It's just playground. And it's going to be different, always a little bit different, but basically it's go get the ArcoLinux D ISO and boot from it. So we have already this. Maybe we should start with this, and while it's installing we can go over the options you have in ArcoLinux. So there's always going to be a welcome app, right? The welcome app gives us some idea who are we, release information, choose your project, but there are three big buttons. Maybe I should add this in this video as well. Know thy system, right? Some of the Lego blocks, I always talk about Lego blocks, some of the applications are conflicting with the other because they're providing the same thing. And Pacman does not like that. Pacman is our package manager, right? And it says, okay, no can do, and nothing will be installed. So the sooner you know the conflicting package, the sooner you know, okay, I can't install and Xcursor Breeze and Breeze. It's one of them, right? You can't install LibreOffice Fresh, the beta version and the stable version. It's either. And a little button that reminds us. Three big buttons. Those are the most important buttons. Update Arch Linux mirrors. If you think I'm going to install a lot of software later on, in Calamares you can select a lot. Well, then it matters. Do you have the fastest mirror around? Are you living in Taiwan? Living in Australia? Are you living in South America, right? Brazil. Tja, Arch Linux has all servers around the globe. All you want to have, you don't care where it's coming from, as long as it's fast, and that's that button. This button is all about, oh my god, I have so many partitions on my system, I have Ubuntu there, Solus there, Chaos is there, and so on, right? Let's maybe clean everything up. That's exactly that. Cheap part that can clean up your partitions of your hard disk. And last but not least, of course, is our delivery system. Calamares delivers an operating system on your computer with a certain version. It's getting better all the time. It's free, it's Linux, it's used by 20 or more distributions, and we endorse it fully. We can provide lots of freedom and choices, which can be daunting maybe at first. So watching videos will explain more and more and more so you get it, right? Normally I would say keep off from this until you get more knowledge, right? The only tip I can give you, which seems to help because people always come back, yeah, Eric, it worked, right? That's if, well, we have 8 kernels more or less during the month, and a kernel is some kind of layer between your hardware and the software. But they update this thing, right? And sometimes hardware is not supported anymore. Then it's a good tip to think about, hey, maybe I'll need a long-term support. Type in Arch Wiki Linux or Arch Linux kernel, I think probably is best, and you learn more about kernels. But as I said, just go through this without clicking anything. Now ArcoLinux D is a minimal version. So it's not for the faint of heart. We have the ArcoLinux ISO. It's all explained. Do you guys choose your projects? Well, actually, I think we can better go to ArcoLinux info and the core info. I think that shows you the 3 lines, right? This is the easiest one, I think, but you'll only have XFC OpenBox i3. But later on, you'll learn that ArcoLinux D tool can install a desktop with a click. This is the most minimal one. We're explaining actually the most difficult one, right? And ArcoLinux B again is a working system just out of the box. Everything's gonna work just fine. This is figuring out how it works, but it's fun because it gives us so much freedom, but maybe not for the first installation on ArcoLinux, right? So there are all kind of support things. You want to have support for sound, Bluetooth, and so on. You just click it, and basically that's it. So the knowledge is what we give you. That's what you need. Those are the Lego blocks you need. So it's not that technical at all. You want to have sound. Okay, cool. Click. That's it, basically. And then we go on with next, and then we are greeted. Remember, if you boot up into Windows, he asks, who are you? I'm Eric, and password. Okay. That's it. It's a login, a display manager, and you need to choose one of them. And we always tend to choose the default one. It's LightDM. It's been working for 5, 6, 7 years beautifully without issues. So desktop Xmonad, that's our choice. That's our article of the day. Creating a video for this thing, right? ArcoLinux D Xmonad. And we're going through the motions of option 1, install the desktop using ArcoLinux D. Okay, later on more, while this thing is installing. And here you decide, what do I want to install? Well, fine, do remember the conflicts, right? Conflicts with still, here it says so. But the more you click, the more you need to download, the more you need to install, the longer you'll wait. That's the only thing I want to say. And then be patient, right? Just walk away and come back, and you see the image here done, and then you reboot. So next, Belgian, cool. And this is new, the option to have swap to files. So have a look, no swap, all red. Swap, no hibernate, a little bit partition. You can hibernate, and swap to file, which is at this point in time still a very small one, but it's there, right? The first steps, technically it's working. And basically the swap partition is a file on your system and your root, and if you're running out of memory, that's where it goes. Next. Oh, that's not correct. And now we can go over the article. So ArcoLinux D stands for decide the desktop. Decide the desktop. Decide XFCE, install it and learn. Decide i3, install it and learn. Phase 3, install all the others. Install and learn. Install and learn. It's always the same, right? We have lots and lots of articles. I think in Plasma it really is a lot of them, and the point is that we want you to explore ArcoLinux and ArchLinux, and in general Linux, because XFC is going to be XFC on Ubuntu, the same as on any other system, right? So that's the point. Learn here, use it somewhere else. We don't care. We don't care. We want to share the knowledge, and we are thinking out of the box. If you're on Linux, we're happy. All right, so lots of articles. We have 56 articles here about Plasma. So it goes. Every element here, every desktop you choose, learn. Same goes for ArcoLinux.com. And maybe I should show you that as well. This is for our big, what we call the flagship, which is XFC OpenBox i3, plus everything related to Linux. Kernel is related to all Linux systems. Language login maybe, menu, NVIDIA is for everybody, and so on. Lots of these things in here. A conky is just going to be on all Linux systems. So whatever you learn here, you can reuse somewhere else. Polybar, Plank, all these things. And also the difficult things we tackle, like Samba is what we call a difficult thing, in the sense that Samba is taught in Belgium in applied informatics in the 3rd year, right? Before you graduate. So it's it gets more difficult. Okay, I am digressing. But we still have things to install, so that's cool. Let's go back and back and back. Here we were. So either we install the desktop using ArcoLinuxD and Calamares, or we go for scripts. We do not install anything. The B is when we build things. What's the B? That's important to show you guys. The B is all about build your own ISO. Build your own ISO. Which ISO? Choose. 20 desktops. And the last one is actually a special one. It's open box with 8 tiling window managers, right? And you can build your own ISO if you want to combine DWM with, let's say, i3, right? It's here. Follow tutorials. There are workflows in there that you can reuse, change, and become a new builder. Combine things awesome together with GNOME, right? It's all not that difficult. And it's all explained in tutorials. So building your own ISO, why would I do that? I can download it, sure. So in download, right, the Bs, you can download the Bs, no problem. But then you're not in control. Steam is not on there, or almost done. And other applications are not on there that you like, or there is software on our ISO that we like. Firefox is there, but not Vivaldi, and why not Brave Pin, and why not Tor browser, etc., etc. So an ISO is never, ever gonna be perfect for all of us. So we have to make choices, right? Choices. And choices is what ArcoLinux is all about. You choose what you put on your computer system, right? Execute. All right, and follow what to do. It's not difficult. 4 lines, that's it. Actually, only 3. And then you have an ISO, and then you boot up into the ISO and then have fun with your personalized operating system, basically. And in the meantime, it's done. So we can boot Xmonad. Since I'm a VirtualBox, I'm gonna go for line 3 and boot up from the operating system itself. Let me in the meantime navigate to the page we were talking about, right? So basically it says here, you did an option 1, then you do mirror, you do update, you do this, you do that, right? But we have our own brain. So let's see, will we do that? First of all, let's log in. Secondly, we have kernel 5.9.1. Today we have 5.9.8. So I suppose I need to update, that's for sure. Updating is coming from a server. That's why mirror comes first. What are my servers? At this point in time, what's this? It's coming from Italy. ArcoLinux Becca Cervello, Italy, right? And then it's Germany, DE, and then it's Osbeck. Now, I can type in mirror and see what happens, right? But I can also do this, let's show you, and then do mirror anyway. I can always do a slash, it's not used. I can always do a slash, it's not used. I can always do a slash, and it's not used. I know Osbeck, this fourth line there, osbeck.com is a good one, right? So I see it and I say, oh, super, X, yes, enter. It's saved. Let's have a look again. Yes, it's saved. And when I type update, it's not coming from the first line, not from the second line, but from the third line. So that's an interesting thing to know, that you can tell always manually, hey system, go get it there, right? Another option is running this mirror thing. Let's do it. And it's an alias, so type alias mirror, and then you know what it stands for. And there are more. There is also, let's do an A, there, an D, an S, right? So there are more things with different, well, switches behind it, but it's always reflector. Let's have a look what he did now. He's going to go to all of this, and I don't see Osbeck anymore. It's allworldit.com, and then Germany, and then a mirror there, a mirror there. That's what he thinks. Look at the command on line 5. That's what he thinks is going to be the best, right? Let's include something more. Just had an idea. Oh, what if, right? Alias mirror. Okay. Alias mirror E, the E from Eric, equals sudo reflector minus F. Let's exaggerate, 200. It's gonna take a long time, but let's have fun. I have a what if, I wanna test it out. Number, just give me 20, that's more than enough. Let's be verbose so I see what's happening. Save it please, would be nice. Inside etc pacman.d/mirrorlist, and then close it again with the same thing. Let's see, sudo reflector minus F200 minus L200, number 20, verbose and save, etc. Voila. When I type now mirror E, I just changed a few numbers, that's all I did. We get a long list, of course, of 200. Let's see, takes more time, and that's why choosing a number is not easy. Because it's going to contact 200 servers, and I see things in there from, what did I see? I thought I saw Japan there. Tech, yeah, GP, I see GP at the bottom there, GP. Lease Web is there as well. Manchester is there, I see at the top. So it's going to contact, can you imagine, Reflector is contacting 200 servers and testing which one is fast, and then reorganizing everything and putting the fastest at the top. So 200 is overkill. We don't have the time to wait for 200, but it's a good thing that's in the video. Choosing that particular number, hey, that's tricky, right? There it is. And mirror list. All right, Osbeck wins. There we are again, right? So it's something you learn after years of usage, that even if you live in Northern America, UK, Belgium, or Japan, we all get mirrorosbeck.com, which is strange, right? All right, I have my server that I wanted actually. So now I can do an update. And we have included some more knowledge about Reflector and about aliases. Now if you want to have this alias permanently, you have to put it in the bashrc personal. Oh yeah, another great tip. Don't put it in bashrc. Put it in bashrc personal. And I think this particular tip, or where we are, this particular thing is going to be here. So what I would type is bashrc personal, and let's see if the search gives me it. So that's the best thing. Add your personal aliases to the bashrc the smart way, because with a skel we overwriting the bashrc, and we are loading in the site bashrc go get me bashrc. It says so here in this particular line. So if you have a bashrc personal, you have to create it yourself. It's all explained in the video. Then it will add your mirror E here, in this case, to the list. And you can reuse it and reuse it all the time. Skel will never override it. I will never override bashrc personal. That's why it's personal, right? I keep off. In the meantime, if you're wondering what it's doing here, it's the new Linux kernel is coming in. So 5.9.8, you can see it at the bottom left here. Starting build 598 Arch 11, right? and is building files that you can find in the boot folder /boot. Since there are new packages in, we have a hook in Pacman, and he's updating the mirror list again, right? So that's again reflector. So we have something new at this point in time, but it's still Osbeck that wins. So I'm good. And you see the number at the top, line 5, latest, sorry, 90 and number 90. We've used 200 in our beginning of the video. Okay, so let's go back to our article where we started. There he is. So we've learned about mirror. We've seen that there are a reflector, that it has more possibilities and switches. You can change it, make your own alias, put it in bashrc personal is the tip. Then we've done update. Since we have Osbeck as first server, it was super fast. And now I still need to go to something graphical. Would be nice, right? This is black, and black is nice, but sudo system ctl enable, and then it's your personal choice. We always activate LightDM, and we know we won't have issues. But there is SEDM, there is GDM, and there is LXDM, so you have to tell the system what did you install, right? See that you have that line, create a symlink, then it's cool. And an important line, if you missed it, you'll get into trouble. Decide whether you use our scal command or not. You can enjoy a virgin Arch Linux if you want to. That's okay. That's fine. That's fun, right? XFCE in the beginning and XFCE for ArcoLinux. Mate from Arch Linux and Mate from ArcoLinux. Themed and tweaked and everything working, right? But the point is that some of the tiling winner managers will give you something, will give you a config. But often they don't give you that possibility. And then we suggest, if you in doubt, do a scal. You can always go back into scal. Well, maybe, what if I would not do that? And show you guys what errors you come into, what will happen, in this case with Xmonad. It could be with Awesome, with BSPWM, with i3. i3 gives you a config, I think. There's Helpsleuth WM, there's Qtile. There are lots of tiling window managers. The question is, what will happen? Right? What will happen if I do not do a scal? So if you're a tiling window manager, user of a tiling window manager, or you're installing it, right? Do a scal. But this video is bad, educational. I don't do it, right? Great, beautiful, nice system. It's awesome. It's black, it's great. Mouse? No mouse. But it's nice, right? It's beautiful. Every pixel is nice black. So basically, bottom line, Xmonad needs scal, right? So nothing happened. I do a Control Alt F3, F4 on real metal. VirtualBox, I type Control F3. I go back in and I say, oh my god, I forgot the scal. Bam, sudo reboot. That's all it needs. Xmonad wants to boot. Xmonad looks for configurations. Xmonad does not find a configuration. Nothing happens, right? So we are here, cool, and we log in, and the configuration kicks in. Polybar needs to kick in. Lots of things need to kick in, right? And there we go. Auto start, quit. Like I said, it's bad. Educational, it's wise, it's bad, right? It's sometimes interesting to see, oh god, if that happens, I just forgot a scal. That's all you did. Forget a scal, right? Now, maybe you see this flashing thing up here, quite normal. Polybar is going to connect with Pulse Audio. There is no Pulse Audio. We did not select it, right? If I can't, you try to type Pulse, right? But there's no possibility. There is no Pulse Audio. I can install it. That's something else. R is remove. as is installed. So no, definitely pulse audio is not installed. I agree, right? It gives me the opportunity to also show you number 2. If you don't click on anything inside Calamares, then it's an idea to use the ArcoLinux scripts, and the scripts are all all on the ArcoLinux D GitHub. All of them, all our desktops can be installed with scripts, and then you make these scripts your own. But because it's not the intention to have an ArcoLinux B. B is perfect, right? B is just gonna work, ArcoLinux B. This is a D, the most minimal, and you build it up. And these are just suggestions, so you need to change it yourself. And our packages are in 500, 600, and the installation of, in this case, Xmonad is going to be here, right? Let's have a quick look. It's sudo pacman -s, right? That's the most important part. So install what? Install tuner, install xfc4 terminal, Xmonad, Xmobar, Xmonad contrib, Haskell, Xmonad, right? The things that matter are going to be in here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow that particular tutorial. We could stay inside this graphical thing, or we can make it real like it would be in a TTY, right? If you install via Calamares and do not install anything, do not click Xmonad, do not click i3, and so on, then you end up here and you need to git clone it. So basically you get to say, go to the github.com. These guys have made an ArcoLinux D ISO and Arco, to make it a little bit shorter, XFC, Arco Plasma, Arco Ukui, Arco, let's go for it, Xmonad, CD, LS, there you go, right? These are all the packages, 100, 110, 120. Basically, we did a copy paste from the internet, and all you need to do is type a point, type a slash, and type the number. And then stop there and do a tab. And then everything that's green is already installed. And everything that's now being installed is extra, right? Xmobar, I see there, that's going to be installed, and it's quite a few dependencies, right? 49 dependencies, cool. We're using Polybar as default. Xmobar is there as fun, but as default on many of our tiling winning managers, we use Polybar. LS, also an important one. Give me a list. Do you want our development software? And maybe you want to look first. So you can do a cat 110. Oops. That's a cat. You can do a more, and then 110. Then you have, it stops, you see it starts in the beginning, it stops there, and I can press on space, I think, and on arrows and on stuff like that. Arrows work as well. I suppose that page down is working as well. So you can have a look. And really looking, well, that's still looking. If you type nano, no, it's actually not. Oh, sorry. Like this, then we are actually typing. This is an editor. So if you say, no, I do not want Firefox, right? That's the solution. But I do like code. Control X, yes. But I suggest you do this in a graphical environment, this changing of these scripts, and then put them on GitHub, so you have a safe backup on there, so it never gets lost. And what number was this that we took? 110. So I can rerun the scripts and keep rerunning the scripts. Like this. And there's your code, right? You see it more or less in the middle now. Code is installed, which is Visual Studio Code, open source. And I did something else, I think. Well, it's gone. Firefox, I think. Yeah, deleted Firefox. So no browser for me. By the way, maybe you've not noticed, but sudo pacman S Vivaldi is not coming from us anymore. It's adopted. The package is now in ArcoLinux, so it's not coming from us. Tip maybe. Sudo pacman minus S Vivaldi. No. Vival. Okay, let's do it like this. We have two things here, right? Three things actually. Tip, FF MPEG codecs are needed to watch YouTube videos, and Vivaldi Widefine is used to watch Netflix. That's all I need to say. All right, and we can do, we can do a sudo reboot again, but nothing, lots has changed, lots has been installed, but it's basically Xmonad with more software, more Lego blocks, right? But remember the scale thing, that's most important with tiling window managers. And every time you do a scale, this thing is going to go back. So you say, no, go, quit, come. And look at the sound. Did we install the sound? No, we did not install the sound. So super shift enter. Let's stay in the graphical way this time and open here and go for 110. And fixed, oops, that's not 110. You see there's no problem if you make a mistake. All green, already installed, it's just done. I need to type 120, that's the number. And then this thing will be solved. Sound, the pulse audio. And you will have some sound on your YouTube, Spotify, or whatever musical player you like. Let's sudo reboot, or now I think we need to sudo reboot. So pulse audio gets started. Just a few moments ago, somebody had issues and I said, reboot, right? So remember, before you go looking for solutions for problems, first reboot. Here you see a number, there's no flashes anymore, it's gonna work just fine. And I'm scrolling with my mouse over it and my sound is going up and down. All right. All right, it's I spent enough time, I think. It's fun to teach, but the video cannot be too long, already 32 minutes. Enjoy ArcoLinux, guys, and have fun with it. Cheers.